Have you ever pondered why some seasoned souls flat out refuse to step foot in a nursing home, regardless of the years they've stacked up? At 84, I can assure you, darling, that choice isn't tossed around lightly. It's forged in the fires of a lifetime's wisdom, etched with hard-earned lessons, and anchored in a crystal-clear grasp of what truly lights up these golden days. For plenty of folks, nursing homes whisper promises of security and order. But for stubborn hearts like mine, they echo like a final curtain call on liberty, autonomy, and that irreplaceable spark of self-respect. That's why I've drawn my line in the sand. I will never set foot in a nursing home. And right here, today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the 5 rock-solid reasons fueling that fire. In this heartfelt chat, you'll catch not just my own raw truths, but the silent anthems echoing in so many elder souls. Every reason spins a vivid tale, revealing how dodging those institutional doors is far bigger than skipping bricks and mortar. It's a fierce stand to safeguard the very essence of our being. Hang tight with me through to the close, because that last reason, it packs a punch that could rattle your views on growing older and holding onto your wings forever. All right, let's dive right in. Number 1, the gut-wrenching loss of personal privacy. One of the fiercest anchors keeping me far from a nursing home is this bone-deep dread of surrendering my private world. At 84, I cherish my solitary sanctum like never before. It's my fortress. Privacy isn't merely flipping a lock or claiming a hushed nook. It's that electric thrill of owning your existence, of unleashing your true self sans the endless parade of prying eyes. Nursing homes buzz with timetables, pop-in probes, and staff shadows dancing around you round the clock. Sure, it soothes some souls, but to me, it's like the air thickening, squeezing the breath out of my hard-won independence. Privacy? It's the quiet guardian of your grace. Deciding solo when to welcome chatter or crave solitude, that's the heartbeat of feeling utterly, gloriously alive. Yet in those homes, it's a casualty. Roommate roulette in cramped quarters, aides bursting unannounced, or the ever-present safety net that turns your every breath into surveillance. For a free spirit who's danced solo for decades, the nightmare of forfeiting that sacred hideaway, to ponder, to unwind, to just breathe on my rhythm, it's a soul-crushing cage I won't enter. Picture Margaret, 85 and fierce, who savored her solo symphony for 2 decades post her husband's farewell, losing herself in twilight reads, whispered prayers, or garden reveries under the stars, utterly alone in her bliss. Then a tumble whisked her into a nursing home, and bam! Her private paradise crumbled. Aides swarmed for vitals. Roommates blasted the tube amid her plea for peace, and not a single breath felt unclaimed. She confessed to me it ripped away her last true treasure, that unyielding grip on her own space. It's not just irksome. Losing privacy drains the spirit dry, like handing over your final shield against the chaos. Without it, you shrink back to kid size, forever babysat, rarely trusted with your own reins. That nagging watchfulness erodes your swagger and poise bit by bit. No, sir, this isn't the twilight I crave for my remaining sunsets. At home, privacy blooms into pure magic, savoring the hush, wandering through yesteryears, pacing life on my own whimsical beat. It's the power to fling wide the gates for company or bolt them shut against the storm. Nursing homes, bless their structured hearts, just can't brew that intimate haven. So for me, shielding my privacy stands tall as a titan reason I'll steer clear of those halls forever. Number 2, the irreplaceable embrace of home and its whispering memories. Another unshakable vow keeping me rooted far from nursing homes is the soul-stirring solace of my own hearth, wrapped in the tapestry of memories that sculpted my every step. A home isn't some stack of lumber and shingles. Oh no, it's a living scrapbook of your saga. Every nook cradles a chapter. Every seat whispers a flashback. Every framed face on the wall revives the thrills that painted life vivid. Abandoning that treasure trove for a sterile setup, no matter its polish, feels like ripping out chunks of your very core. There's this profound hush and stirring awake to the same sun-kissed pain you've gazed through for ages. The scarred oak table echoing with laughter from feasts long past. The faithful armchair that's cradled your page-turners. Or the wild backyard where saplings you sowed now tower like old comrades. These aren't mere trinkets. They're badges of a journey richly etched. Nursing homes might dazzle with spotless corners and clockwork days, but they can't touch the profound, gut-level warmth of dwelling amid your own epic. Meet Eleanor, 82 and unbreakable, who nurture a brood under that very roof she still calls kingdom. Stepping into the kitchen, it's a rush of Sunday roast savory haze. Unboxing holiday baubles, it's a portal to kin rituals that bind the heart. She once gripped my arm and vowed, ditching this nest would be like amputating half her spirit. You can't create that magic and haul it to a home. It's woven into beams, the boards, the very breath of space soaked in generations of joy. Sticking homebound also weaves unbreakable steadiness. Past 80, upheaval hits like a gale. The clamor, the alien paces, the parade of unknowns in a nursing home. It's a whirlwind next to your trusted haven's gentle pulse. That familiar turf eases not just a frame, but the psyche, slashing tension, soothing the soul. In these bonus rounds, that rock-solid haven is priceless, rivaling any pill for the heart's quiet. Home's coziness isn't flash or ease. It's raw roots, that electric here I belong. A nursing home dishes beds, bites, and barriers, but it can't spark the fire of true homecoming. That's why I cling to where my echoes dwell. They're stitched into my skin. If this tale's tugging at your strings and you're still glued here, drop a number 2 in the comments to shout you're riding along. And if you haven't hit subscribe, do it now. Flip that bell for full feast, so these gems never slip by. Your cheers fuel our fire to craft more sparks that enlighten and uplift. Onward we go. Number 3, a simmering distrust of the institutional grind. Yet another ironclad barrier barring me from nursing homes is this simmering wariness toward the whole machine of organized care. Through the decades, I've witnessed horrors, splashed across headlines or murmured by dear ones, of elders stripped of their spark and spots sworn to shelter them. Not every joint's a villain, mind you, but the chill of morphing into just another file in the system, that's a fate I won't swallow. In these sunset chapters, honor trumps nearly all, and I refuse a realm where it might flicker dim. The institutional blueprint thrives on clockwork over quirks. Chow at rigid hours, your sacred rituals bulldozed, caregivers, good souls stretched ragged, juggling hordes. In that frenzy, the tender touches that affirm your humanity, they evaporate, hustled through bites, sidelined from your whims, or left dangling for basics. It renders you a ghost. I won't clock my last laps as a tick on some strangers to do. Ponder Harold, 85 and unbowed, whose kin spilled how 6 months post-tumble in a tidy home left him hollow. Staff hustled hard, but his gripes rang true, zero spotlight on him. He'd always savor Dawn's hush with coffee and newsprint to launch his light. There, grub hit at Dawn's whip crack. If you lagged, tough luck, no encore. That stolen sliver of self, fused with the sting of being hurted, not cherished, soured him to the core, restless as a caged storm. Trust the real thief here. Can dream of havens, but we elders quake at shadows of slights or slops. Even trifles, a snappy tone, a plea brushed off, scar deep, for dignity's diehards, that faith fracture seals a no. Home ought to hum with welcome, not whispers of will they tend me tender? This skepticism isn't scorning aid. It's armoring your essence and soul. I'd lean on blood, backyard pals, or village lifelines over gambling my uniqueness in a cog where it might vanish. That's my dodge of nursing homes. Not denial of their gig, but doubt they'll deliver the bespoke grace I claim as mine. Number 4, the unbreakable power of family and community lifelines. Another thunderbolt rationale nailing shut the nursing home door for me is my rock-deep faith in family and neighborhood webs, bonds no cold complex can forge. Lifelong, I marvel how ties to offspring, grandkiddos, next-door folks, and ride-or-die mates weave a safety net richer than any blueprint. Growing older doesn't dim the hunger for connection. It fans it into a blaze. Nursing homes sling roofs and routines, but it can't ignite the glow of kin who truly get your grooves. Families embrace hands, elders a blazing why. A kid's ring to chat, a wee one's yarn-spinning drop-in, a pal's knock with shared supper. It screams you count. These threads yell you're woven in, not just tended to, but vital in life's grand weave. That belonging, it can't be billed or staffed. It's brewed in affection, archives, and allegiance decades deep. Behold Patricia, 84 and radiant, who dug in heels at home, buoyed by her girls' errands and cronies' elbow grease. Daughter scouts the shelves. A neighbor wrangles weeds. Patricia repays with oven-fresh treats on good days and yarns that knit them tight. Health hiccups it, yet she beams. I'm wealthier than queens, wrapped in eyes that cherish me. Her saga spotlights how clan and crew fill gaps where empires fumble. Village vibes pack equal punch. Faith halls, elder hubs, town outreaches, dish links, lunches, and lifts. They don't just patch the practical, they fan social flames. In the fold, you got a gig, pitching in powwows or dropping sage on sprouts. Nursing homes' iron grids can shrink you to sponge mode, but kin and kinfolk, they spark give-and-take symphonies that honor your stature and shine. For me, tapping that tribe isn't a yoke. It's life's ancient rhythm. Clans cradling clans, that's survival's timeless beat. I'd bank on those heartstrings over prosy prose any day. Thus, family and fellowship loom as my mightiest bulwark against nursing homes. If these pearls are polishing your perspective and you're still tuned in, holler number 4 in comments to wave high. Unsubbed? Jump in, bell on, catch every ripple. Your backing breathes life into our quest for wisdom that wakes and wonders. Let's press on. Number 5, my fierce pledge to self-tending in a life that roars free. The capstone vow locking me out of nursing homes forever is my unyielding oath to nurture myself and craft a path that fuels my solo flight. Through the trails, I've grasped how tiny dawn rituals snowball into empires of endurance, vital as the framed phrase. Wholesome bites, spry strides, brain teasers, health hymns. They're my ticket to thriving solo. I can't boss every wrinkle time throws, but I rule my riposte, and that grit is my secret superpower. Self-nurture's no mere tonic. It's backbone and badge. Dawn cracks, and I'm in my groove. Bends to loosen, a humble nosh whipped up, a breezy ramble in a breeze. Mundane? Maybe, but they pulse a harmony that fortifies flesh and fire. Tending my temple this way, it slashes the odd heavy lifts from others or institutional irons. I swear, honoring this dance keeps my days drenched in drive and dominion. Glance at James, 82 and defiant, battling joint flares and ticker twitches. Yet he marches daily and whips up his own feasts. He once locked eyes. These are my armor against the fade. His steel has moored him amid his hand-hewn haven. James whispers. Age hurls hurdles, but steady self-stewardship stalls the aid avalanche and amps your solo swagger. Life's quirks wield wizardry too. Hobbies ahum, tomes that transport, plots that prosper, chores that charm. They jolt the noggin, stir the spark. Nursing homes' timetables can't always fan that intimate blaze. When I steward my whims and chase joys, I roared myself, capable, commanding, curving life with craft. That's liberty I won't swap for regimented ease. Truth be told, self-stewardship transcends tonic. Its essence is eternal flame. Living true to my blueprint, it guards not just my stride, but my soul's signature. And that's the ultimate why I'll shun nursing homes for good. Final thoughts. As we tie this ribbon on our journey, take a breath and mull these 5 pillars I bared today. They're no whims. They pulse with the profound creeds countless elders clutch. Solo sovereignty, heart's hug, faith's fortress, clan's clasp, and dawn's devoted dance. Trivial? Hardly. Their dignity's bedrock. The very why at 84 I've etched my never into stone against nursing homes. This isn't shade for other trails. Each soul charts at sea, and some bloom in those havens. But for us holdouts, yielding the empire we've erected, the flashbacks that frame us, the reins that render us round, unthinkable. These aren't tremors of terror. They're triumphs of tenacity, shields for self, symphonies of sense to the last note. So tell me, what lit your fire brightest? Which rung resonates in your ribs or mirrors your beloved's beats? Your musings count, for in swapping sagas we echo. No one's adrift solo. Aging's no mere gauntlet. It's the canvas where we color our core alive. Grateful you graced us here. Spill in comments. One nugget you nabbed and how you'll weave it in. Your voice? It's our rocket fuel. Don't hold back. Devouring your words? Pure joy and jolt. Love this? Helpful? Smash like, subscribe, spread the spark. Your lift keeps our loom weaving wonders that awaken and awe. Cheers for tuning in. We'll rendezvous real soon.